What's up, everybody? My name is Baby Smooth. Today we're going to be talking about the world record leaderboard. Don't watch this video if you're having fun with the game, because going for these runs will absolutely ruin your life. I started a run last night at 1 a.m. and I was like, just one more run. And I accidentally stumbled upon the 1.1 million run you see here and had to stay up till 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to complete it. And my eyes were just bleeding the whole time. I really think this game needs a slider to turn off visuals from the player at a certain point. That would be very useful. So how did that happen? How does this happen? How are people getting 1.9 million and above? First of all, these top four are hacked or glitched. There's no feasible way that Fox would be up there. Birdo does not have 3.7. These are not real because you are capped in this game. And to get even close to 2 million, you have to survive 60 minutes, every single level, every ghost wave. How are we going to do that? Great question. That's what we're here to discuss today. But anything above 2 million is immediately a little bit suspicious. You could theoretically have maybe like 2.2 million, maybe. But anything above that is absolutely glitched, hacked, whatever you want to call it. That's not real. And we know that. It's impossible. The ghost will kill you at 60 minutes and like 30 seconds. Now, the only exception to that is if you have a bunch of Dewardos, and that's really it. So let's talk about the meta. The weapons that you're going to need for this can be any of the following, up to flavor choice, in my opinion. But the emphasis is on the early game. That's the hardest part of the whole game, the early game. So you want to pick weapons that are good early. For that reason, I'm probably turning off the axe from my list. And the setup is going to be Bandit every time, because he starts with Dexecutioner, a good weapon, and he has the attack speed scaling. You're going to go Aura, you're going to go Black Hole, and you're going to go Katana. In my opinion, Axe is just too annoying to use in the early game. I think it does have higher potential if you're one of those people that doesn't mind using it at getting those early kills due to its multi-hit nature, but it's just too annoying for me. Honorable mention goes to Lightning Staff. Due to its low frame requirements, it can save your computer from exploding. At the end of the game, you're just walking around in a slideshow, by the way. I was just making modern art, as you can see here. Flamewalkers don't use these. These will just brick your PC, and they're pretty bad early, in my opinion. Now, the first three tomes you are going to take every single time is the XP Tome, the Luck Tome, and the Curse Tome. Without the Curse Tome, you are not spawning enough enemies to even get your score high. You need to max out your Curse status to even have close to 2 million kills, and you need to also be able to kill them, which is the tough part. We'll get to how to do that soon. The fourth and final tome, for most people, is the Size Tome. But what if the meta shifts? What if there is something that's unfounded, something that makes your early game run easier? In my opinion, that could either be the Duration Tome or the Knockback Tome. There is a possibility that this will be better than Size Tome, and I'll explain my theory in a second. Your goal is basically to black hole things away from you. Black hole is what matters. Black hole is what allows people to do all these broken things. Black hole OP. With Duration, Black hole is lingering and sticking on the map forever. I think Knockback is a bit redundant, so it's probably not the move. But Duration is a real contender to Size if you can make your black hole big enough from the size bonus that it gets on level up. It's just a theory, a game theory. We're going to look at items next. Most people will turn as many items as possible off. You are going to suffer in the early game. And so for that reason, I'm going to leave Cursed Doll on, and I'm not really going to have any of these things that would scale me. You're not going to do Kevin for the Golden Shield, because by the time you can survive the first wave for 60 minutes, your run's over. You can survive every single wave for 60 minutes. The only benefit you can have at that point is getting more Zawardos to just survive and kill ghosts longer. Remember, ghosts are coming in at 60-30 to just destroy you if you made it to that point. And that's really it. You don't need that many Joe's daggers. I think you only need like 3 or 4 or 5 even. Some people would tell you only need like 1 or 2. You are saving all of your banishes for legendaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The perfect amount of banishes for the perfect amount of items. You probably should pick up these items without banishing them for the first time, just to be strong, but maybe skip the giant fork, maybe banish on sight. Same thing for the big bonk. I could see the argument for the ice cube or the power gloves helping you survive the tier 1 60-minute wave. The problem is this is really tough. Surviving the tier 1 60-minute wave is insane, and it's gonna require so much luck and so much aggressive scaling. It's actually ridiculous, but it is possible, and that's why we're seeing runs that are able to do it. It's absolutely ridiculous, but you can do it. I think that's it, really. Just your goal, remember, is you have to survive every 60-minute ghost wave possible. Good luck. How are you going to do that from an early game perspective? You're going to get a bunch of wrenches. You're going to get as much XP gain as possible. You are going to save your chest openings for like later in the level when you have a bit of luck, when you have a few of those keys, and you are just going to pray, and you're going to reset and reset and reset until you get a god run. And when I say a god run, I mean it has to be a disgustingly strong OP god run. Good luck. Do not do this. It's not worth it, and it's not going to be fun just to see your name up there, just to beat your friends. I beat all my friends. Don't do it. All right, good luck. Have fun. Have fun doing it. Also, a quick tip. Wrench maxing in the early game before you're going for shrines is crazy strong. In a world where power-up drop chance increases the amount of chests you get from slain enemies, wrenching the shrine to increase your power-up drop chance, which is the only way to do it, by the way, is insanely good. Get some wrenches, get power-up drop chance, and then get really lucky to get the items that you need. Good luck out there. Have fun. Don't hate yourself. Please don't start a run at 1 a.m. and stay up all night. Good luck. Also, the reason I don't really show the early game footage here, I really didn't start as a god run. I just kind of scaled decently. I maxed out all my tomes by level 2, but I only stayed 2 minutes in the tier 1 swarm and 20 minutes in the tier 2 storm because I got scared. This was not a god run by any means, and I would just have to run back to more attempts to get a god run. Will I do that? I don't know. Until they put a visual slider in, I kind of feel like my eyeballs would fall out of my head. I can if you guys want. I also could upload the 4-hour video footage of this run, but I think you'll just find some better run out there on YouTube to watch instead. Thanks again for watching, and the next video is going to definitely be on the casual side of things, as I feel like this meta is kind of solved, maybe with the open air question of how to survive that tier 1 wave better than people have been. Will there still be tech to find? Maybe. If we find it, let me know in the comments. Anyway, see you guys, and good luck out there.